All right, now we turn our attention to the weather. We're watching Toronto's weather, we're watching Seattle's weather, and you certainly have M's fever, Adam. We love it.
Yeah, we do. I mean, hey, here you go, right? Let's go M's. We're going to see how things shape up for us this afternoon weather-wise, because we're going to have to deal with a little bit of that smoke, but overall, I think we're going to be experiencing pretty nice conditions for this time of the year. Those temperatures climbing from the mid-70s up into the upper 70s for the watch party here in Seattle. Of course, that starts at 1:07 first pitch, at the same time. Out closer to Toronto, of course, they're going to be in Eastern time, but it's the same time for us, 1:07. Temperatures much cooler over that way, as we'll start off in the low 50s there. Eventually, looks like down into the low 50s, upper 40s by the time the end of that game is coming into place. And then we got a couple of more games, possibly. We'll see. If they get the first 2 wins, then we don't have to worry about the Sunday game. But 56 expected there on Saturday, and then we'll top off at about 58 on Sunday there with mostly sunny skies. Now, back home, we're seeing that smoke haze is coming through, and it's probably going to get a little more dense later tonight and into the day tomorrow, because we're going to see more plumes of this smoke from our fires farther off towards the east head our way. And we still have that offshore flow, which is resulting in the warmer days that we're expecting here into the weekend. But as we go late into the night, 2, 3 o'clock, you're seeing some of this move on through, and some of that very low air quality could start to pop up, probably should start to show up by that time. And we're going to keep that around as we go throughout the day on Saturday as well, and maybe even on into Sunday, as you just see more and more of that on its way here. As far as today's forecast, most of the time we're going to call for moderate air quality. There will be some periods that we'll notice that will start to fall and get into more of that unhealthy for sensitive group range. Farther south, getting closer to Vancouver, Washington, closer to Portland, they have an air quality alert down there, and then we're still dealing with the air quality alert with some pretty poor air quality here across Chelan and Douglas County. So that's going to be one part of the forecast. But again, yeah, it's going to be sunny, and it's going to be warm for areas that don't have to deal with as much of the smoke. Auburn right now, you can see the smoke moving on through the sky right there, looking at some of the live views there. Bellingham, you can also notice a lot more of that haze showing up in the sky. Painfield, up in Everett, some skies cloudy, but also noticing a little of that smoke haze. Here we are in Seattle. We're at 67 degrees. Winds not moving all that fast, only at 6 miles per hour. Sitting at 73 in Bremerton. Right now it's 68 in Renton, 73 in Puyallup, and then at 72 in Shelton. Now, we're going to get into the 70s again today, and since we've done it already 28 times so far this year for the months of September and October, if we do it one more time, we're going to tie the mark back in 1991 of 29 days. And since you saw the forecast here as we go throughout the next few days, we're expecting that those 70s stick around for Saturday and Sunday. So more likely than not, we're probably going to exceed that number. Satellite and radar picture shows a lot of those clouds and patchy areas of more of that smoke is still around. We have high pressure dominating the area and keeping all the active weather over the Pacific, heading it up into more of Alaska through Canada, and then keeping it on off towards the eastern side of the nation. Over this way, here we go into the night, 7 o'clock. We're seeing that marine layer coming back along the coast, and then some patchy areas of fog early tomorrow morning, just like this morning. Should it be too dense? Should it be too thick? Burns off quickly. We're sunny and warming up again as we go into the afternoon for tomorrow. Check out the highs today. We top off at 80 in Linden, 74 in Mount Vernon. Arlington, we're up to 77. Seeing more highs around those upper 70s to low 80s. A bit cooler for Linwood and around Everett in the low 70s there. 80 in Redmond. Our record high out at SeaTac Airport, 75 today. If we hit that 77, that will be a daily record. You can see South Sound calling for more of those highs in the mid to upper 70s with a few lower 80s like in Shelton, and getting closer to around Enumclaw. We'll top off at 79 there, 79 in Auburn. Here's your forecast next 7 days, calling for eventually a cool down, but more days than not, we're staying in the 70s and not really much rain in the forecast. Only a small chance to come around, Steve, by next Tuesday.